just squeeze out some little blobs of glue like this. Try and make them a bit smaller. Okay, so you just start off with a few little blobs of glue like this. Okay, and once those spots of glue have dried, they'll look like this. Right, what I've got now is I've just got some ordinary cotton wool, and I've broken off a little piece, and then from that little piece I've took little chunks and I've rolled them up very small. Okay, and what we're going to do is onto one of our little blobs we're going to put a bit of glue. When the glue chooses to come out. Okay, tiny bit of glue, not a lot, so it's just a little glue in the middle. I'm going to glue this cotton ball onto there like so, and then on top of that I'm going to put some more glue. Just let it ooze over the top, and all I'm going to do now is just smush them down a bit now that they've been soaked in glue. Okay, so just smush them down a bit. Keep them in a warm room, you know, like a room where you've got your central heating on or something, or a warm sort of airing cupboard. Leave them for about sort of 4 or 5 hours. Even better, leave them overnight. Okay, so now I've left these to dry, and you can just peel these off the plastic and they look like this. For the next step you're going to need some PVA glue, some yellow ochre acrylic paint, some titanium white acrylic paint, crimson, and an emerald green or a green will do the job. Okay, for the next stage what we're going to have to do, first of all we need to make a flesh tone colour, and the colours you need to make a flesh tone, this is for pretty much any skin tone. You need titanium white, mix some yellow ochre in it, which gives you a very yellow skin look. So that would be useful for a skin with a yellow undertone, and obviously you'd add a lot more white for that. And then you add just a little bit of crimson, tiny bit at a time, and that will give you a flesh tone with that will give you a skin colour with a pink undertone. So you just keep mixing that. So you get basically a fleshy sort of colour. Okay, then you take your boil. Okay, now this should stick to the this should stick to the boil, but to be on the safe side I'm going to add just a little bit more PVA glue. Acrylic paint is basically a glue based paint anyway, but by putting a tiny bit more PVA glue in I'm going to make sure it really sticks well. Bit of red, a little bit of the crimson, and basically nearly wipe all of it off my brush. Okay, so I'm just putting dabs on, and you're just adding little patches of redness, especially where the little lump is that you made with the cotton wool. Really smudge and blend it in. Okay, obviously you can see if it's a bit awkward to paint them without them sticking to your brush, but never mind. Okay, so we've got to that stage. Alright, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a tiny touch of the green just on the tip of my brush, and we're just going to add, just put a spot of green on the middle of each one. Okay, now it looks weird at the minute, but we're going to blend that in, and that'll just add to the icky colour of it. I'm going to add a bit of green to it. We want quite a sort of disgusting, horrible colour. So it's basically a flesh tone that's quite red, with a hint of green in it. If you're doing darker skin, all you need to do is intensify the amount of yellow ochre and crimson that you mix into the mixture with the white, and then also add a little burnt umber, and that will make a darker skin tone. Okay, you just vary the levels of crimson, yellow ochre and white to make the tones you want, and a bit of burnt umber for browner skin tones. I'm just going to pat a little bit of that on top of that green now. Then all you need to do now is leave those to dry, and then I'll show you what to do when they're ready. Take your boil, and on the back you're going to put some of the lash glue, like that. Take your lash glue again, just go around the edges, apply the concealer, okay, like so. That looks really bright and weird on camera, but it will all blend in. I'm just going to blend that, apply it around where the glue is. Regular powder foundation, this is just the Maybelline Pure Mineral one. It works best with a powder foundation. You could, if you've got a decent fluffy brush like this, you could use a pan one, like, you know, a solid foundation, like a pressed one, but it is best with a powder one. Just take a clear lip gloss, which you can get from any Boots, or, you know, any chemist, and it gives it that wet sort of shimmery look to it, so it looks like it's all like really oily and horrible and slimy. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is just use my Sunset palette from Sleek, just use the red, take a fluffy brush, okay, I'm just going to make them look more red, more sore and icky looking. Cheapo fake blood. Don't need a lot, so I'm just going to use what's in the cap. Just a little blob on the end. I'm just going to apply that. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Bye.